Hi, Crafty Crystal here. This is the project I've been working on off and on for the last week. I'm trying to come up with some good patterns for a hand warmer purse. Something that's cheap enough, simple enough, and yet nice enough to give away for Christmas to the home or to the homeless, to shelters. It is a hand warmer and it is a purse. Both sides open. It has very strong belt loops and should be crocheted with the belt long enough. This belt isn't long enough. I got to make a longer one. But at least this shows what it would do. Crocheted belts do not come apart. These loops will never come apart. The overall look of this is very nice. This is totally sewed in, top stitch with a slip stitch down to here, stitched across here, slip stitch the other side, fully reversible, looks good front and back. The reason for that being if one side gets messed up or worn or whatever, you just wear it in the other direction. Um, this is my original idea. As you can see, you have a cone for the hand. You just keep going around and around until you get to the other end. And then you have a flat outer piece that is folded over and added onto the hand piece like I have here. Not to make it easy on myself, I decided to do this design, beautiful design, using 2 threads. It wasn't that hard to do as far as decreasing and stuff. I just had to keep an eye on what I was doing on the edges. But I got the brilliant idea to use dark and light variegated, dark and light variegated. And because all the pattern has to be on the outside, not the inside, I had that many yarn ends to work with. It took me forever. So I said, okay, good for a part piece, but I'm not going to make this to give away because it would be like, 4 days a piece. And I'd like to do it faster than that so I can have enough to give away. Anyway, not to be undaunted, I got another idea. I said, I'll make it all one flat piece. So I would just take this piece here and I would come out, change over here to the outside color, come up here and do these top and bottom in pieces, leaving this center open. Then join them back up, turn the whole thing right side inside out, cuff it here, cuff it here. I'd have my hole on top, and everything would be hunky-dory. Yeah, probably, except I decided to do the star stitch. The star stitch is a beautiful stitch. It's also a BITCH to try to do reducing and increasing. And when you do it this way, you're coming up here, you're trying to match the increase to what you did with the single crochet and half double crochet here with the star stitch. Then you have to increase it more to come down to make a dip so that you have a kind of purse type thing going on. And then you have to decrease on this side. And oy vey, it was such a pain in the neck. And I kept coming, and when I finally got it figured out, and I said, okay, and I got it all done on one side, and the end, instead of being over here, was like here. And my bump, instead of coming all the way around here, ended about here. So it's like, okay, so I decided, all right, what I want to do is I'm going to come out from this end, and I'm going to come out from this end, and that's what I did here. I went out from both ends, and I just kept matching them until I met in the middle. What I did was I made a mark in the middle. I grew one side to where it met the middle, and I brought over the other side and I grew it until it met in the middle, and that's where I stopped. Then I folded both pieces over and seamed them right along this edge. And since it was all one piece and I only had to increase on the sides, you've got this little bow here, but you've got the straighter top instead of a bow on top too. I like that part better. But when I did it with the original pattern I wrote out, my outside only came to here. Different stitch, different definition, going around the outside, and it. So what I did was I added 4 rows of single crochet on the end of each side, so it actually have a bowl to my purse. And now the next step is to turn it right side out like this. Okay. As you can see, here's the end of the hand warmer, and I actually have a little bowl to my purse. It's a little more masculine setup, I think. It doesn't look as much like a woman's purse like this one does. Nice little pouch with no bumps sticking out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go down in here to the center, and I'm going to connect it this way all the way out. Like that. Then I will come over to this side and go from the center out to here. And that way I have all my seams on the inside. I'll make my 2 little flaps like I did here. This is just, I did 18 stitches, and then I did 4 rows of single crochet. On the end I did 5 triple crochet on each side, 5 there, 5 there. Then I sewed them together 2 or 3 times across here, and then I took and sewed them on here on both sides. This is so well put together, it is not going to come apart no matter what. Very well done. And that's the same thing I want to do on this one. And I will be, I think my top is going to be a little bit wider than I would like it. So what I want to do is I'm going to follow up my edges. I want to strengthen them anyway with either a barred slip stitch or a single crochet and a slip stitch. The barred slip stitch might be a bit much next to the star. I might just do regular single crochet with a slip stitch on top. That'll make this plenty strong and bring the edges closer to where I want them on top. When you are designing something for the first time, expect to live in Fogville. Just expect it. No matter how I diagrammed it, no matter how I wrote it out, no matter how I figured out what I needed to do, no matter what I wrote, what I sketched, I still ended up with changes. So I might try the original way that I was going to do in one piece with probably the textured stitch that I found for which is like 1 single crochet and 2 doubles in the same stitch, slip a stitch, skip a stitch, 1 single, 2 double crochets. It's very beautiful pattern. I did it for a hat and scarf, and it came out so gorgeous. Um, it's a nice tight stitch, and it would be easy to increase or decrease on the ends. So I might go with that the next time. Fast little pattern too, and you do every side back and forth. So I wouldn't be doing single crochet one way and pattern the next and back and forth like that. So anyway, this is um, an introduction. I'm going to make a couple more to make sure I know what I'm doing, and I've done them a couple ways, and then I'm going to do some um, instructables, video tutorials, if anybody's interested. So let me know what you think if you're interested. I think that these would be darling, made smaller and maybe with fluffy baby material or fuzz material, like for a little girl. It could be made more lacy, like, and with something like a midnight sparkle type yarn for an evening coat, different type of strap, maybe even a nice thin chain strap for a side belt or something. This concept is easily adaptable to everything from men and homeless and go to the store with, hang out with, streetwear, evening wear, children's wear. I think we could have fun with this. I'd like to see a lot of these made, uh, start to be made around in your own patterns the way you like them, to be given out to homeless and stuff. We might have another bad winter like we did last year, and that was just horrible. So I'm going to try to get this done, get ready to put my video on within a week. You have a great day and happy hooking. Quick little PS. Here's the bottom of the bag ready to, that's I kind of basted together. As you can see, the whole bag kind of turns not inside out, but it's easy access. No problem. After that, all I have to do is put on my little loops. Loops. Stick on the belt, and this time I did make it long enough, and I'm in business. And last night I got an idea for the simplest design possible. Let's see where I put that note. Aha! Can you get simpler than that? That's a straight piece. Same size all the way around. And here's what you do with it. This is the inside. If you leave it here and stitch it down here, this inside thing here will give you inside access to your purse. Comes around here, makes the top, then it comes down and now it becomes the bag. It comes down into the bag and comes up here. It's sewn along here, and this is your outside flap for your purse. Now you have an inside flap for your purse. Sew the sides together, put your handles on, and there's your purse. You can't get easier than that. No increase, no decrease, no worry. You make it about as wide as you want, which I'm averaging 9 inches. You make it as long as it needs to be, depending on your purse. I made mine so that my dimensions so that the bottom will be about 3 inches longer than the bottom of the arm place. So mine comes out 5 inches across, 5 inches aside. So this is the midpoint at which you have the inside pocket to go down in your place. So 2.5 inches later, this is the bottom of the hand part. Now, it has to wrap around the top. So the next 5 inches are the back to the top. And the next 8 inches, actually, is from the top down to the bottom of the bag, which I made 3 inches longer than the arm thing. And then back up to almost the top of the back. That one's wrong. If that's 8 inches long from the top to the bottom, then I need about 7 inches to go back up. It was late last night, like about 11:30. So 8 and 7 is 15, 20, 22.5 inches. So all I have to do is make a rectangle 9 inches wide, 22.5 inches long, and roll it up like that. And I got me a little purse. Then I can put my little tabs on there, make the belt, away it goes. That's nice. Very good for beginners. And very fast when you want to make a bunch to give away, which is really what I was looking for. So, like I said before, shortly before, only it was yesterday for me, happy crocheting, and I'll be back with Instructables. Bye-bye.